Hello everyone, I am Interact, and this is Dead Seals. I think we're gonna stick with one. So I think there's still a few things that we're missing that are pretty important. Besides just like a few upgrades. I think that was really dumb. Ooh, I almost let that guy hit me. That one's trying to snipe me. Wow, that hit me. Okay, yeah, well, you know. Yeah, I think we're still missing a few, like, mutations. I don't really know what they are, though. I feel like we're missing some of them. I wouldn't really know where to get them. But I'm thinking they're probably gonna be like later game stuff. This isn't gonna reach, is it? No. Why would it? So the flame torrent's like not terrible. Huh, okay. I thought it might be bad when I unlocked it, but I'm not gonna like skip unlocking anything because I think that kind of cheapens the game a little bit. Like, it cheapens the rogue-lite, whichever one you want to call it, factor of the game. Do you see an issue with what the effects on this is? Burns ground and enemies at close range. Enemies burn when they die. Yeah. Pretty sure they already did that. But thanks, I guess? Thanks for the affix that makes them burn while they burn. Thanks, Motion Twin. People who made this game, by the way. Motion Twin. If you want to blame anyone, you can blame Motion Twin. There you go. There's your fun tip for the day. I mean, it does more damage, that's for sure. Yeah, I feel like not unlocking things is kind of like playing through Isaac and like only doing the challenges that give you good items and never unlocking anything bad. I don't know, man. It's kind of cheating, right? Extra damage to a burning target. Seems good. I'm gonna roll for another one. There you go. Poisons the victims. Swarm of biters. Okay, perfect. So we're still trying to unlock everything. I think that there's some mutations that I don't know where they are though, because I don't want to look things up. As I've said, I kind of feel like that kind of cheapens the discovery factor of roguelikes as well. Rogue-lite. Look, call it whatever you want to call it, okay? I'm gonna put points of brutality. Because we have some pretty decent brutality weapons right now. And by decent, I mean like on the lower side of decent. So I think we need to explore areas we haven't been. So where haven't we been? The ramparts, I feel like, is like the only place that we haven't really been to. Honestly, I feel like we've been Toxic Sewers, Old Sewers, Graveyard, Slumbering, Forgotten, Clock Tower, Fog Fjord. So I guess like ramparts to Fog Fjord? Seems like the best bet for finding stuff that we haven't already gotten? I mean, that path is kind of, you know, a little on the dull side, but I think we'd want to unlock... I feel like Toxic Cloud, if it has a really low cooldown, could be good. I'll just go with the mutation for now, though. Okay, extra damage if a nearby enemy is taking poison. I think that's gonna be good. This seems good for things that... The question is, does it trigger on my turrets killing things? Because then it seems like decent. think we're gonna go with the extra damage when something's bleeding or on fire, because our turret poisons and... Our turret, yeah, poisons the victim, and we have the flame torrent, so we can pretty easily proc that. So it seems like it's just free damage, which seems good. What did they add to the ramparts? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I'm gonna climb all the way up. It takes too long for such a minor benefit. So I'm trying to think. Hello, Kamikaze. There we go, easy enough. Okay, I guess we got this boy up here. Okay, yeah, turrets, yeah. Turrets, help me out here, boys. What? I'm actually very confused at the moment with what is currently happening. Things are just kind of going on my screen and I can't really tell what's actually happening. So if you could send help, please. I think I'm good. That was a cluster and a half right there. This is probably just, yeah, the closed time door. We'll take another point in survival. And then there's no scroll up there, so we'll keep going downwards. Wow, another scroll at the bottom. We'll take another point of brutality because that's what we're currently doing. There we go, okay. I wanted to make sure that he would die before the thing went off. I thought for sure that would hit the kamikaze. It turns out I was wrong. What you got for me, Smiley? Shots pierce, extra damage to a frozen target. That's just worse than the one that I have, I think. Because I can fairly consistently proc the... Oh, there is a scroll over there. So there was a discussion, someone posted something on the Dead Cells subreddit. By the time this video comes out, I think it will be a while back. Of the recording of this video, it's even a while back, so... Basically being like, hey, I am an armchair game designer. Here are things that I think would make this game better. And they basically just, like, I don't want to sound too insulting, because I'm not really that way, but it kind of sounded like they had basically no idea what they were talking about. That's why I called them an armchair game designer, because it sounded to me like they've never actually worked on a game. And I mean, I haven't really either. I've made like super basic platforming games, you know? Like the kind of stuff that takes basically no talent to make. It takes like a basic entry-level amount of programming knowledge and an IDE that lets you, you know, make a game, basically. And basic art skills to make environments and stuff. So obviously, like, I haven't made Dead Cells. I did not make Dead Cells. I wish I was that talented. If I spent a lot of time and a lot of money that I don't have, I might be able to be in a position where I could make something like that. But I don't, so instead I just play good games like this. But basically, like, they wanted to do things like remove affixes from weapons and, like, just... like, lessen the RNG, which is just a fundamental aspect of a roguelite, is that there is RNG. And they were like, oh, well, it feels bad when you get an ice bow that leaves a trail of fire on the ground, I think was one of their examples. And I was like, yeah, that sucks, but you play through it, right? It's like in Isaac when you get, like, Curse of the Blind soy milk. Like, you either give up and reset, where you go, okay, this is what I've been given. I'm gonna work with it. Sure, my damage sucks, but I've got really good tier stat now. Maybe I can find something that works well with it in the future that'll kind of mitigate the fact that this really sucks. You know? Like, you don't just be like, well, Nicholas, can you remove soy milk, please? It's a bad item. I don't like it. Like, or remove Curse of the Blind or whatever, you know? Like, that's just not... That's not game design. That's just complaining. I don't know. If you read the subreddit, you probably saw the post. And you may have even seen my responses to it. And then they were suggesting things like... basically, that the game in its current state requires you to have upgraded weapons to progress through the game properly. Which I don't agree with at all. Like, you could, there's an achievement for beating the game with the biggest, like, the starter sword for a reason. Because it's possible, and people have done it. And people will do it, because it's a challenging game, and you play it because you want to be challenged. Not because you want everyone to be, you know, full guppy transformation, brimstone, 700 damage, 2 tier rate, you know? And there is a lot of ways to mitigate RNG in this game through, like, shop rerolls and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just complaining about people who complain, which doesn't make any sense, but, you know. I don't know. How do you feel about the way that the randomness and RNG of fixing stuff works right now? I think it works fine, honestly. I think the way that the game is right now, like, sure, the grind is a little bit obnoxious. I wish that had a better fix on it. I think the grind is a little bit obnoxious with the Foundry update, but outside of that, I think the game's difficulty curve is fine. Like, nothing feels too difficult, right? Everything feels like if you learn the patterns of the enemies and everything, you can overcome them, right? Because that's the whole point of games like this, like Dark Souls or whatever. Is that if you put in the work, you put in the time, you learn how everything works, you can beat it, like, pretty easily. That's why people have beaten this game with the starter sword, or beaten, you know, all the Dark Souls games with the broken straight sword, or their fists, or without taking any damage, or, you know, speedrun it and beat it in, like, 2 hours with, like, the most garbage weapon in the game. And if you want sources, I can link you to VODs of people doing any of those on Twitch or YouTube. I'm sure there's some crazy person who's beaten Isaac using base stats before. I don't know why you would, but you can. I don't know, I just like it when people try to, like, take a game like this that's obviously made to be challenging, right? This is not made to be an easy stroll through the park game, right? Or it's not like an adventure game. It's like a hack and slash rogue-lite, you know, type game with a little bit of progression thrown in the form of the Foundry, a little bit of RPG element with the... Hold on, sorry. A little bit of RPG elements with the scrolls and everything, and the mutations, a little bit of, like, customization stuff. It's not supposed to be, like, an adventure game that everyone can get through, right? It's supposed to be a challenge. It's like if you... I mean, From Software would never nerf Dark Souls, but outside of PvP stuff, they nerf PvP stuff all the time, and it's kind of obnoxious because it has impact on PvE, but that's a completely different topic. And I don't want to sound like I'm, like, gatekeeping or anything, right? I don't want to be like, oh, well, if you can't, you know, handle it, just stop playing. Like, no, keep playing, just work on bettering yourself, not begging them to nerf the game. Where's my... I thought there was supposed to be money there. I don't know. How do you feel about that? About people thinking that they should, like, nerf dead cells? Because I think it's a fine game right now. I think once you learn everything, the game actually feels good. And, like, maybe they could tweak the way the Foundry stuff works, because right now, like, with these two double upgraded heavy turrets, it's kind of easy for me to progress through things right now. Just because, like, I put a bunch of upgrades into it, and I can reroll with the shop to get them pretty much every single time. I think we're gonna take HP on kill. But obviously, like, I'm using stuff that's upgraded for 2 to 3 boss cell runs, not 1 boss cell runs, which is what I'm doing, just because I'm trying to get everything. I want to get everything upgraded at a base level and get all the mutations and everything unlocked before I start moving on to 3 boss cell runs, which will happen in the future. Hopefully after they do a bit of changes, because right now I think the 3 boss cell run meta is like Hunter's Longbow, Frostbow, get the Alienation mutation that heals you when you get a Cursed Chest, and then just like cheese everything with like turrets and freezing and whatnot. And use Cursed Chests basically as healing points, which sounds absurdly boring to me, so maybe I'll try doing it with something different, but I don't know. How do you feel about the state of the balance of the game? Obviously there are bugs that need to be fixed. There's still content they haven't added, so we don't know, like, maybe they'll add a floor that, like, the wharf will be, like, insanely difficult or something. That could happen. I kind of doubt it, though. I don't know. Another thing that rubbed me the wrong way was they said that they need to have enemies with unpredictable patterns. And I'm like, what? That's, like, that defeats the whole purpose of a game like this. Like, I'm supposed to be able to go into this game... Is this a secret or something? No? It just exists for no reason? Like, I can go into this game, you can point an enemy out to me, say, hey, you know, what does this guy do? And I can tell you. Like, I can rattle off, like, oh, well, this is their typical attack pattern, but they also have this they can fall back on, and blah, blah, blah. Like, the green zombies, if you walk up to them, they have, like, this basic swing. If you're far away, they have the jump swing. The archers will jump back occasionally. Outside of that, they'll just shoot arrows at you. Like, you're supposed to be able to know everything that the enemy is going to do, so you can outplay them. You know, if they just randomly, like take the slashers, for example, these rapier guys. They're pretty difficult enemies normally, because that third swing has a really long range cleave. They jump to you with the first swing, and the second swing comes really closely after the first swing. Now, imagine if the timings on their swings were just randomized. You'd have instances where that first swing would be instantaneous. They would just blink to you and hit you, which is just bad. That's just not anything you should ever have in a game. You should never have unavoidable damage in any video game. Not even just a game like this, like any video game. Unless somehow it's part of the way that the game plays, which I don't know how the game would play, and that sounds like a very bad game. Because think about it, right? If they added unavoidable damage to this game, or unpredictability, you'd never be able to use things like the Cursed Sword. The reason you can use the Cursed Sword right now is because there are people that are good at this game, not me, who can do the entire run front to back without getting hit ever. And it just rewards them for being good at the game, right? By giving them like 2,000 DPS on, you know, the first pickup of the weapon. So making unavoidable damage would mean that the Cursed Sword would just become useless. So why would they ever do that? You know? Like, I think Isaac set a pretty good benchmark for how roguelite should be balanced. Like, there's a little bit of, like, you know, Curse of the Lost, putting you in a curse room that you can't get out of. Like, there's a little bit of BS in Isaac. You know, Curse of the Blind can lead to some really bad stuff, but it's part of the game, right? Like, you embrace it, you work against it, you outplay it. You know? Like, even someone like Northern Lion, who, I'm not saying he's bad at Isaac, isn't the best at Isaac, by his own admission, I believe, has had runs where he's been, like, eaten with, like, 2.5 damage and still won. Without getting, like, any good items. Because it's about knowledge. You know, and the Lamborghinis in your garage. I didn't mean for this to be, like, a complete rambling soapbox nonsense run, but I don't know. Leave your opinions in the comments. I don't want to, like, start a flame war or anything. I just thought that person had a poor idea of what should be done with a video game in this genre or in general. Shots pierce, extra damage to a burning and frozen target. So that's like basically just an upgrade over this one. Sure, I'll take it. We're a little light on gold, which is gonna suck in the future. Or probably the next run. Unless we get a bunch of gold. I guess if we died right now, okay, make sure you pick it up from this side. We don't want that glitch to happen again. I'm sure that they've patched it, but I don't know if they've patched it or not, so we're just going to avoid doing that for now. I'm trying to figure out where in the world I'm going. It's been so long since I've been to Ramparts, I can't really... I talked a little bit ago about, in a previous episode, about, like, how to improve at the game, I think. And one of the ways I said was to learn how to read the map. To know, like, what areas are going to have what. And I do not really know how to read this map. There's a slasher right here. I have not been to Ramparts enough to know how to read where things are, other than you go to the right, but that's just kind of a tenet of the game. You know, that's another thing that I've wondered. If they released a video game where you had to go left, think of like any platform you've ever played since Super Mario Brothers started the trend. You know? If you had to go left instead of going to the right, do you think you'd be disoriented? Would you be, like, unable to play? I think you would. Like, I'm not saying, like, it has one level where you have to go to the left. I'm saying, like, the entire game is, like, Super Mario Brothers mirrored. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be really disorienting. And really difficult to do. I'm not good at platformers anyways. By the time this goes out, my Enda's and I videos should be up, so if you want to see just how bad I actually am at platformers, check out those videos, man. Is there, something. That guy just blocked me from getting up. Is it because we read left to right, for the most part? Obviously, I know other cultures read right to left, or top to bottom, or etc., but... Okay, I think there's something over there. So I'm gonna go check it out, because maybe it has a pattern, or a mutation or something for me. Maybe it has nothing, and I'm just wasting my time. Wouldn't that be something? I have the firepower. Actually, I basically just have the heavy turret. Also, I'm getting pretty good cell drops here, so should probably stick with that. These bad things are too high up for me to really hit, so I kind of have to rely on the heavy turrets. There we go, I hit one of them. They're just kind of like slightly too high. Is there anything over here? I feel like this looks like it could be something, but then at the same time, it feels like it's nothing. It feels like it's just empty space. Is it just empty space? There's a little secret area here. That's just money, though. Where are my mutations, man? Where are those extra hidden mutations? I can't have all the mutations. I don't believe it. I don't buy that for a moment, that I have every mutation in this game just yet. Hey look, a curse sword. Neat. By a curse sword, I of course mean some gold. There's an elite, just zombarino right there. Right down there. Just a normal elite zombarino. Did you just teleport for my turrets? Okay. Frost blast. Nope. The treasure. That's not the up button to open a treasure chest. Right there. That is okay. I mean, that's a pretty good ice grenade, but I think I'm gonna stick with my extremely overpowered turrets. Got some money. So that money situation that I said might have some problems is actually fine. I don't see anything else on here that looks like a... Maybe the timed doors have mutations. Maybe I'll try doing a timed run and see if those lead to some mutations. We're gonna go to Black Bridge. We're gonna beat Black Bridge. And then we're gonna upgrade some stuff in the Foundry. The Fountain? The Foundry. I think we're going to go with... So there's 4 in this category, there's 5 in this one, there's 5 in this one. So I think we're missing 2 brutalities and maybe a general? That sounds about right. I think we're gonna take extra damage while near cooldown reduction. I think is gonna be better in the long run. So we can throw the turrets down more. Now I could have gone, there's a glitch by the way to skip the boss. I'm not going to get into it. It involves some really weird movement and a turret. And it's really just, why would you skip the boss? I'm just gonna test something out here. I mean, I know that it's possible. I just want to do like a proof of concept of me killing him without ever hitting X a single time. Just as a proof of concept. Ooh. Ow. There you go. Alright. I mean, it's just stupid. I just felt like doing it. There's no real reason to. It makes no difference at all. Alright, so we missed the time door. Like, maybe that timed door has a mutation there now? I can't tell, but... that's possible. Okay, so we have enough to upgrade something to a double, or we can just upgrade 2 things to a single. I think we want 2 things to a single. So let's finish off Knife Storm. And then Let's see here. In terms of shields, I like spiked shield. So maybe I'll do that, but I think I'm gonna work on like damage weapons right now. Let's see here. Or maybe I want something other than turrets upgraded, so I can have like a less of a passive type thing going on. I've never seen crow's wings show up. I don't know if it's just like extremely rare or what. So we've got some grenades upgraded. Let's upgrade the ice grenade, because I think it's a good like CC for when you're doing like a melee run. You don't want to use an ice bow. And then what other melee weapon do we want to upgrade? Maybe the rapier or the assassin's dagger? Spiteful sword, dagger, sadistic. I think I'm gonna go with the assassin's dagger, just because I like the assassin's dagger a lot. It's pretty much the reason. And then we'll upgrade crow's wings. Why not? Apologies for the dog. I do not know what he was doing. So, I think we are going to take an ice grenade here over a turret. I don't think we're going to take knife storm though. Well, we actually do have like a lot of points in brutality. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop using turrets for this run at least. For no real reason other than I feel like it. I do still have things to unlock at you with you. Okay, so then we definitely want to reset our mutations. Extra damage if they're bleeding or poisoned, obviously, or burning. Excuse me. And then I think we want HP on kill and extra food, healing, or maybe just damage after killing an enemy. I think we do want the cooldown reduction because it makes the ice grenade like slightly better. Then we're gonna go Fog Fjord. And we are not going to rely on turrets. We are going to actually hit the X and Y keys. Like this. There you go. Some X and some X pressing. A little bit of Y pressing in there maybe. So what is the time door in here? Okay, so 19 minutes. Quite rude, actually, sir. So I think our best bet is probably to, like, light them on fire and then just 3 kamikazes. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 kamikazes. My mistake. How could I miscount? Is to light the ground on fire to get that extra. What's it called? I can't tell what it's called. I think it's called sadism. To get the sadism proc, ow. And then just do a little bit of stabbing. I think I unlocked everything there. Oh, hi Hugo, I didn't know you were in here with me, buddy. Oh, buddy. So that's a lot of unrecoverable damage. Gonna have to take a little sip here. Okay, I would actually like a different weapon. Ice crossbow. I do like an ice crossbow. And Knife Storm gives us a way to proc Sadist pretty easily. Let's see if we can find a different melee weapon, maybe. Well, I hate that it's too expensive. We might come back for it. I'm not sure. I think we will actually come back for it. We don't have enough yet. I think it was like 10,700. So there you go. I think we're slicing through things pretty easily. We probably do want some points in survival now. Having a very difficult time chewing through that guy. Actually, I think we can just take a blood sword. Because blood sword and sadist work kind of well together because it literally procs itself. Yeah, it applies the bleed damage to make itself better. That attack's really obnoxious, just because they attack so quickly. I assume it's a skill shop. Yeah, let's do random. Release a cloud of poisonous gas. Is that better than Knife Storm? I don't think it's better than Knife Storm. Knife Storm does more damage. Phaser just increases the damage of your next attack, which is good, but... oh dear. Don't want to get hit by that. Oh my goodness gracious. I forgot how hard these guys hit. And that attack is like so fast. I mean, we're chewing through things though. We're gonna keep taking survival. We need to upgrade how much we heal per kill, because we lost a bunch of survival by getting rid of the turrets that had survival as their fix. Oops. Oh, he's gonna bleed to death, which is nice. Oh. Ah, shoot. I hate that. That rolling ball attack, man. Hey, a food vendor. I will take a turkey. Thank you, sir. You are very kind. Very kind, Mr. Food Vendor. There's a treasure chest up there. Oh, hey, I've never noticed that. If you see right here, they're marked on the map now. That might not be new. It's new to me, so it might be new. I have no idea. I think we still want survival. Yeah, you can shoot over things. I forgot about that. So I think I found a mutation hidden with one of the secret things in the graveyard. Was that last episode? I think it was. So I'm gonna try the skip again that you do to get the counter shield and see if maybe there's a mutation in there hidden. Because they might have just hidden mutations along with like secrets that were already there. Sorry, secrets that were already there. Since it is kind of just an easy thing to reuse. There's a treasure chest up here. What you got for me, buddy? Crusher? No, we're trying not to use traps on this run. Sorry, Crusher. I do like you. You're like a pretty decent trap. Not the greatest one in the world, but did I miss a key door? No. Oh, this is just the way to skip the first key. So now we need to get the second key. There's a vape boy. I forgot those things existed here. Well, there's the... Whoa, buddy. There's the second key pretty easily. Got the vape niche boy going. Oh, hello. Invisible zombie. We are gonna have to take a little sippy sip. Don't let him get the throw off. He gets the throw off, it's all over. So those things don't count as trash mobs? Interesting. I thought they did. They were healing me, so I don't think they count as trash mobs. Where is this boy? Oh, there he is. He's got a basic zombie or a host with him. So, I wonder if the bleed damage is scaling with sadism? Ow, that attack. Does that make sense? What I'm asking? If the bleed damage scales with sadism? Because it increases your damage. The question is, does it increase its own damage? Oh no, not like this, please. Cake is actually really nice, thank you. Another vape. Nice. Yeah, those guys are definitely not considered trash mobs. They are 100% healing me. Curse chest? Yeah, I thought so. Get out of here, dude. Nobody likes you. I mean, actually, a lot of people really do like you. So... Also, Knife Storm's really good at taking out kamikazes. Which are my mortal enemy, as you very well know. I'm just kind of scouting on the outside. Cake is really nice. To see if there's any reason to be here, and I don't see one just yet. Although I do think I lost some cells on the ground over here, so... Wow, that is really strong, apparently. That, Knife Storm, like, propagating the bleed. Stronger than I gave it credit for, because it apparently goes through floors. Oh no. Is this just another curse chest? No, I don't think it is. I don't believe curse chests get the yellow overlay. No, they don't. High view grenade? Not a big fan. Not a big fan, I must say. Alright, so we're just gonna continue onwards then. Ooh, scroll. I think we actually do want the cooldown reduction. Is this guy just, like, ignoring me? No! I took so much damage from that. My game... Hello? Okay, cool. What do we got going? Is this just the Slumbering Sanctuary or whatever? No, I think this is Forgotten Sepulchre. Sepulchre. Forgotten area. Forgotten because I never go there. Good joke. Haha, funny. I'm just gonna pull a bunch of these guys. I didn't know they healed me. I thought they didn't, so. We're gonna use our 2 keys to do this thing. Well, not really what I wanted to do there, but... Is there an extra special mutation over here somewhere? Or did I actually just do that for no reason? Well... I'm not seeing any area that could be an extra special mutation, so I guess we're gonna go to the clock tower. And we're gonna see if it's in the clock tower. Slightly faster than my other runs have been in recent episodes, thankfully. I think corruption is interesting, I just don't know that I'd ever use it. I think I'm gonna save the cells for unlocking stuff at the Foundry if I beat the assassin, which I should be able to do. It's gonna be a little weird doing it without turrets and stuff. Actually, let me turn a light on in here. It's very dark. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird to do without turrets to back me up, because I'm very used to having turrets backing me up. A ligament slicer. Wow. Okay, thank you, dog. It's a very strong reaction to ligament slicer, apparently. So we should be able to see pretty quickly if it's with punishment or not, because the punishment door should be like right here. Oh yeah, forgot about you. Did I kill all of them? I did. Apologies for the dog in the background. He just wants to be annoying sometimes, I think. Let's take cooldown reduction and extra HP. Where is my punishment? Where is my punishment pattern? Is it after the second elevator? I thought it was after the first elevator. What? Hello? Punishment? Are you here? Oh, I had forgotten about these guys. Wow. Okay. These guys are going to be loads of fun to deal with. And by that I, of course, mean FML. Am I right, 90s kids? I remember going to that website. When I was younger. Shots pierced, thank you, that's all I was looking for. Swarm of Biters is nice, but like, shots pierced is really what I was in that shop re-rolling for. Or a good shield to help with the assassin would have been fine as well. I would have definitely taken that. Ooh. Hello, my spicy boy. How did that work? Yeah, these guys are definitely not affected by slow as much as other enemies. See how quickly he breaks out of that freeze? It's pretty crazy. But I think it's cool that they have enemies with variation like that. Like that enemy is just designed to not be freezable very easily. So just like a natural hoser to freezing strategies. Yeah, I feel like the punishment pattern should be like somewhere over here, but it's just not there. Maybe I just have it wrong. I don't know. I need a drink of water while I run down this empty corridor. Okay. I don't know. I have been getting things from killing the assassin multiple times, so maybe you just have to kill the assassin again? I don't know why there's no way to back out of scroll choice when you're already in it. I mean, I guess I know why, because that's the way it's programmed. And it's programmed that way so they don't have to program in the ability to set it back down. But still. Oh, I definitely wanted to not finish his animation. Okay, there's my... Why is it so far up here? Oh no. Oh, thank you for killing yourself. I appreciate it. So it's just the Malik. It's not there. So it's not there. The search continues. And I'm gonna get completely just pounded right here, apparently. Ow. That was quite a not great way to handle that. No, slow him down, please. Goodness gracious. Take that boy out real quick. I think I do need to take a sip here. I'm pretty sure it heals 50% HP. Is Knife Storm considered a grenade? That's what I want to know. Okay. Slows down all nearby enemies when they thaw, causes all arrows to fall. That seems, I mean, it doesn't just seem better, it actually just is strictly better. Oh. It just is strictly better. Alright, damage from projectiles reduced is going to be very useful against the assassin, and on this floor in general. Also, 10% extra damage reduction, always welcome in my builds. I am all for damage reduction at any given point in time. I knew this was the double spike ball room because I've seen it before. That's just a blue thing. I thought maybe there was like a door over there. Alright, so I know that I have a pattern that I need from these guys because I've never gotten a pattern from these guys, I don't think. Maybe I have. I don't feel like I have, so I'm gonna keep farming them. And there you go. What is this? Repeater crossbow? I don't know which enemy that dropped from. The tracker or the double blade guy. But either way, sweet. That sounds like a really cool item. So I'm glad I got it. Also, it's a rare blueprint, which means I don't have to bring the hunter's grenade here. Hopefully. No. No. Oh, the lag. The lag from my biters getting hit by that spike ball. It's so real. I can feel it in my bones. No. Leave me be. Thought I was gonna get hit by the... Wait. This wasn't the exit? Okay. I guess we should go down and kill that guy with the... There's 2 scrolls down there, so we're definitely gonna go do that. Probably shouldn't be dropping like that. Remember what area you're in. Okay, what enemies have we got? Oh boy. Just had to be you, didn't it? Oops. Tactics or brutality? Take tactics. Once again, the cooldown reduction still pretty helpful, so. There we go. Whoa, nope. You're on the wrong side of those swords there, bud. You gotta move to the other side so you don't get killed. I think we're gonna take, like, we'd need a lot more to make this worth it. So we're gonna take brutality. We want our basic weapon to do more damage. We need to take a sip here as well. As much as it loathes me to sip in that situation. I think it's the right answer. They're the right call, I guess. Alright, so we're just looking for a boss fight right now. Anybody around here seen a boss fight? Little boys? Trackers look like little boys to me. They just look like tiny little dudes, you know? Like, compared to all the other enemies that are like really like big, monstrous looking things, the trackers are just like these little dudes just hanging out, you know? It's a little, they seem a little out of place. I guess it makes sense that they're like ninjas. I just think it's hilarious that you got these tiny little dudes down here. And they're actually like fairly deadly. Alright, what do we got in here? Another vendor. Show me random. Really bad. Alright, cool. Kind of a waste. Oh. There we go. Clean them up with that. Okay, the biter swarm. Alright, we got a chest. Sorry if I'm like getting a little quiet at this point. It requires a lot of focus to get through this area without the aid of my turrets. I could have sworn the boss fight should be up there. It has to be over here because I've cleared every other area. And I'm not saying like, oh no, where are my turrets? Like, I did it to myself, obviously. I decided, hey, I don't want to... Like, turrets are a crush for me. I want to get out of the habit of rolling nothing but heavy turret. So I said, hey, why not just do a run where you ditch the heavy turrets and grab some other weapons that are good. Just make sure you can do it. Because I don't, if I'm sitting here using nothing but heavy turrets for every video, first off, it's going to be boring. Both to watch and to play. Secondly, woo, that was close. Secondly, like, it's gonna make it so once I start doing 3 boss cell runs, if I don't get heavy turrets, I'm just gonna lose. And I don't want that. I want to, like, actually be able to play the game well, no matter what I get. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be at, like, curse sword levels or anything, but... I would at least like to be able to, you know, do something with, like, blood sword ice crossbow. Alrighty. First, powerful burst of bolts. I am actually just going to unlock this outright because it sounds really cool and I can get one. Alright, so what do you do? Oh, it's like a machine gun, dude. That's straight up just a machine gun. If you get like piercing shots with that, that actually seems really, really cool. Obviously, I think that's good. That's going to be something that I'm going to upgrade with my next bit of cell usage. So I have enough gold to reset, and I'm going to. We obviously want this. We want the cooldown reduction, and then I think we want like. There's no good defensive ones that don't require shields or killing multiple enemies. So I think we're just gonna do like wrench, because we're going to be putting a lot of bolts into her. So maybe that extra damage will help us out. All right, let's see how we do with Crutchless Assassin Run number 1. Actually, I don't think I had turrets. Have I had turrets for literally every assassin kill I've ever had? I don't believe that's true, but it very well could be. Oh. Yeah. Hey, get over here. Yeah, you think you're Scorpion, but you're not. Oh my goodness. She's beating me up, man. We just kind of traded blows at that point. Okay. Second phase, sure. Same as the first, just a little bit faster. And she drops things from the ceiling. Nothing you can't handle, dude. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy from here. Right, you just gotta remember how to dodge. Which is not by doing what you just did. That's for sure. She actually hit me with that. I let that happen. But thankfully you can get out of the way of it. By freezing her. If you weren't sure the easiest way to avoid that attack, it's just freeze her. If you get caught. Obviously, if you don't get caught, you don't need to worry about it. If you just know to dodge it, like, it's pretty easy. Alright, there we go. Oh, look, another pattern. Is this another mutation? Oh, there you go. There's one of the brutality mutations that I've been looking for. Vengeance. That sounds like if you get hit, you do extra damage. Let's see how close I am. Let's think. Oh, we wanted to upgrade the thing we just unlocked, repeater crossbow. So there you go, repeater crossbow now improved. New and improved. What did we put points into already? Crow's wings, there you go, there's a few more points. Shots pierce all enemies? Oh, that's so good. Then we can recycle that for no reason. Yep. about, holy crap, 600 damage for 7 seconds after. That's gonna be so good for me, because I take damage all the freaking time, and it's gonna make me hit like a truck. Anyways, thank you for watching this Crutchless assassin run, where we unlocked a few things, a few new interesting things like this bad boy right here. If you enjoy it, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment with the stuff that I discussed in this video, and subscribe for more in the future. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.